Backstage at the MGM Grand covering UFC 173. Where do we begin here? My goodness, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. I was telling you before when we were talking that I was flying from New York and I wasn't supposed to go to the Cincinnati fight because I was like, oh, hell no, I'm going to that fight. And then to be here 2 weeks later at this fight, as a fight fan, forget president of the UFC, I'm just, you're so lucky to have these type of moments, to be a part of fights like tonight and what Matt Brown and Eric Silva did 2 weeks ago. And I'm blown away. It was awesome.
The performance, I mean, I had a chance, we just spoke to TJ, I spoke to Dwayne Ludwig, and the performance was absolutely masterful. I mean, no one thought this kid had any chance, let alone, you actually told me flat out, you said, listen, there are no underdogs and no favorites in MMA. Let these guys fight. Right. This guy goes in there. I
told you, he has the record in WEC and UFC for most significant strikes, standing, and number 2 on the ground. And the other thing I told you is I said, this fight is going to be a lot better than people think it is, and they're gonna be blasting it out, and it's going to be, the winner will be the one whose chin holds up. And both chins held up, and it just ended up being an incredible war. I think that Renan Barao never recovered from that first knockdown and couldn't really get it together after that, but showed unbelievable durability and toughness. And of course, now everybody's coming after me about the pound for pound thing, and it's the fight business. He won 9 years in a row. He's won 35 fights in a row. Now he sucks and wasn't as good as he was because, he lost this fight tonight. Dillashaw came in and put on the performance of his career. And now one of the things that I love is that we have stats. And now as you start to look at numbers tell the stories of what a fight's going to be. The problem is that, this sport is so, so many people look on the internet, and you got 12 idiots on the internet saying that this fight isn't good, that fight isn't good. You got these idiots that have no idea about fighting.
They were tweeting both you and I in the same sentence saying how terrible this event was. I mean, I don't know what to tell these people, but regardless, the co-main event.
Huge fight fans, those guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. The co-main event, Daniel Cormier. My goodness, tossing around mixed martial arts royalty and Dan Henderson. I know there's a size difference there, but you gotta agree, this guy made a statement tonight.
Yeah, there's a size difference, but Dan Henderson is a guy who has knocked out people at 185 pounds. He's knocked out people at 205 pounds, and he's knocked out people at heavyweight. Dan Henderson is a machine. He's a beast. And what Cormier did to him tonight was unbelievable. I mean, a couple of those slams were insane, and then he ends up rear naked choking him.
There's no secret when Robbie Lawler fights somebody. It's very similar to Matt Brown. He doesn't care what his opponent's going to bring to the table. He had almost like no respect for Jake Ellenberger whatsoever. A fantastic performance. Your thoughts on his scrap?
He looked unbelievable again tonight. I love how he's fighting back to back. He's willing to take on anybody, anywhere, anytime, and just going to keep knocking people off until he gets the shot at the title again.
Canadian Mitch Clark was also given no chance versus Ally Quinta. Your thoughts?
Yeah, and he was getting dominated in that fight. But, I mean, that's what this sport is. This sport is, you're losing a fight, but there's so many different ways to win and so many different ways to lose. He pulls off that unbelievable submission against, a Matt Serra guy, and Al has looked unbelievable in his last like 4 or 5 fights. So yeah, big win for him, impressive win. I like the kid. He's got great attitude, and it was fun.
Very emotional. He was trending worldwide and was crying actually. Final closing. There were some rumors before the event started that John Jones and Alexander Gustafsson is looking perhaps as August 30th. Is that a fact?
That's a fact. We're working on it now.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, buddy.
There he is, UFC President Dana White, UFC 173.